Okay, let me get started. My name is Jack Jung at 3DBioCAD. We are in Seattle, Washington, and we're dealing or selling and using every day about the DGShape software, and then scanners, and then all kind of CAD stuff, milling machine from Roland, printer from the Statasis. We're pretty much authorized dealer for scanning, designing, milling, printing, all kind of CAD stuff. Also, we have dental lab too. So today I'm gonna go through about the Implant Studio. I'm not really sure how much you guys understand Implant Studio. Actually, it's not really hard software. We know that part. For the doctor, I'm pretty sure super easy software. For the lab, super easy software. Just one thing. I'm actually lab tech too. We are not really dentists, so we don't have many idea for how we put the implant under the bone. So for that part, we're gonna talk with the doctor, but at least we want to know using super well about the Implant Studio and dental system. So today I have like a few cases for like a demoing for you guys. I have one single case for interior, and then like a posterior case with my mouse, and then I have one bridge case here too. So if you have extra time, we can go through the edentulous case too today. So let me get started, and then also again 3DBioCAD, my company name 3DBioCAD. We are again we are dealing, selling, supporting, using all the CAD stuff. Any question, always welcome. Any technical things, pricing, question us, email us, call us anytime. We are welcome. Let me get started. Can you just switch to the monitor? Okay, so I have one single case, and then some bridge case, and then some two single implant case here too. So what I prepared today, let me get started over with my mouse. Let me just show you. But before we start, just for potential user, let me just show you the icon. Icon saying like a trios. Someone's Implant Studio saying Implant Studio, but the DGShape's newer version of the software, the name is a Dental Desktop, which can include Trios and Implant Studio, and then really very soon the Auto Clear Aligner Studio and the Indirect Bonding Tray Studio will coming into. So the big umbrella can accept all kind of software there. So the icon name can be a little bit different, but it will include, can be include Trios and Implant Studio, and then Clear Aligner Studio too. So when you turn on that, let me just show you with order form. If you are already using DGShape dental system, you can feel something different with the order setting. This is a can be dancing like this. So in the dental system, it's just set the view, but with Implant Studio and the new Trios version, within work order, when you choose the tooth number, we can just moving like this. So just two tooths, I just click it. And then Implant Studio has the feature for virtual crown design. I just crown Implant Studio virtual crown, and then I want to set as a bridge too, and then click the planning, and then Implant Surgical Guide. Automatically click like that. Next step, we're gonna do import. But before we go next step, please make sure if you are a doctor, you have to set, or if you want to set, to send to in-house or your dental lab. So if you set as a send to in-house, after planning and a surgical guide design, you're gonna have your own STL file for surgical guide in your computer. But if you set outside the dental lab, after planning, guide design, you can send it to your lab, and then your lab gonna print or mill your guide, and then put the sleeve in, finish, and then deliver to you. Okay, let me go over next step. Okay, and then any questions, always welcome. Ask me, you can be stopped. We are just free today. We're today is Friday. Happy day before we having a long weekend. So in import scan, Implant Studio can import all kind of 3Shape file. This is a Trios scan file. Type is DCM. And then all kind of STL file from other companies' scanner too. Desktop scanner is okay, other order scanner is okay. But from other scanner, it has to be STL type. Okay, import lower, import upper. If it's too fast, let me know. Are you gonna slow down? And then we can see this patient's condition so bad. This is me. This is me. We can see the jack tooth number 9 in Asia. Tooth number maybe is a 21. Has bad color. We can see the color difference. Scan with the Trios. That meaning is Trios can taking the color super well. And then if you see here, old gold porcelain bridge here, left and right. I don't know what I did when I was young, but I got this bridge when I was like 21. I'm still 23, but yep. So I got like that. So the scanner Trios, I'm sorry to saying about Trios, but I love Trios. So Trios scanner can scan any metal surface like a gold crown or porcelain crown, gold inlay, even if it's shiny, we can scan well. And the color difference and the gum tissue scan well. We can see in the popular edge condition is bad, so I need to clean better with my mouse. Okay, stop talking about my mouse. So about the CVCT. Oh, the quality. But just about they're talking about the speed or quality, just like a display. Yeah, sorry about it. So let me just moving a little bit slowly to better see. So I import CVCT in here, and then there's several issue always when you use Implant Studio for the first time with CVCT DICOM file. So before we get into here, I just want to show you some tip when you have something weird CVCT. Let me just open another one to show you. The first thing, if already you have Implant Studio, or if you have any plan to getting the purchasing and using Implant Studio, please be careful and please extra care if your CVCT comes in like this. After we import CVCT, if you show up like this, flip like up and down, we have to really carefully take care of this. So for example, this case, it happened like this. When I import, okay, doctor gave me the CVCT, but that DICOM was one single huge size DICOM file. The CVCT machine can export out. There's like several different ways to export out the DICOM file. There's like a multi-slice DICOMs, and then there's a one big single DICOM file option too. So please ask to your doctor to export out multi-slice, mostly about 300 or 400 slices. DICOM export, that is what we want to have. This one single DICOM, after we import, sometimes it show up like this. But when I just rotate it, looks 100% good. Left and right looks right to me. And compare with Trios file, left and right looks right. But when you get into merging step for CVCT and then scan file, let me just show you. And then okay, let me just skip this. I just want to show you this alignment. Okay, so Implant Studio, when you merge with the CVCT file, And the scan file, we just match the same view. We have the lock button here. After lock it, we want to click 1 and 1, first dot, second, and third. So software do aligning automatically after we click the dot. Of course, newer version of the Implant Studio do aligning automatically first. We can adjust later. After that, green meaning is a zero difference. Green meaning is zero difference. We have little bit of the blue, little bit of the red here. Looks not really bad, but with the left, right, CVCT file, and then through a scan file, looks right. So sometime if you keep doing this work, you can just import in, merge. After merge it, looks not too bad. Okay, maybe it should be okay. Let me try to use it, but please never do that. So this case, actually, this is one of my actual case. When I have this case, I just feel weird, and I just look up the CVCT and then scan file really detailed. So patients, second right side molar, second molar here, we can see the cusp tip, buccal side cusp tip 1 and 2, lingual side cusp tip 1 and 2. So with the scan file, can you feel that something different? Let me just switch over as a monochrome. We have 1, 2 cusp tip, 3 and 4 size a little weird, right? Can you see that difference? If you see the other side, we can feel it right away. So buccal side 2 cusp tip is here, and the lingual side cusp tip, especially distal one, is here. So sometimes it happens like this. The CVCT, after taking a CVCT, the machine using some big panoramic view, and then make like this, and then make it 3D images. But sometimes it could happen opposite like this. And then when you have like that, the CVCT images got flipped up and down and left to right. So we cannot use that. So please ask your doctor to send a new one. Okay, this is what we can have. Not very often, but we can have it. And the next thing, when you do import CVCT, I have maybe 3-4 years ago when I do this work for the really first time. When I get the CVCT CD from the doctor, and when I put it the CD in my computer, and then in the CD there's like a, just start with one folder. I just click it. Okay, I have another folder in here. I just click it. I have another folder in there. I just double click it again. And then now I have a two-way. So which one is the right one? So maybe more newest one or not, I'm not sure. So let me go to bottom one first. Get in. Okay, I have another folder, another. At the end, nothing here. So I need to go back, and the top one. Okay, here, okay, another folder again. Folder, wow, a lot of folder here again. So no matter what, we have to have the CVCT, right? So I just check in first one, nothing here. Second, nothing here. Fourth, nothing here. 5, nothing here. CT3, nothing here. PX2, nothing here. So I don't have DICOM file. So do I need to call the doctor? But Implant Studio, please check this small button here. Okay. Always DCM is default, but we can change it like an old file type. This meaning is, of course, DCM is default, but Implant Studio can read a little bit different of type of a file, or sometimes CVCT machine, when export out the CT DICOM file, the file type is not really DCM, but actually that is DCM. So I cannot say that which company's CVCT machine this is. I'm sorry, but if you have like this kind of CD from your doctor, please, from the start, this company is really famous, so that's why I'm just showing you. Start with going top, 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 and please go to CT3 folder. And then after we change all files, we can see the DICOM files here. If it's set as a scan file DICOM, we cannot see anything. So before you call your doctor, doctor, I don't have DICOM, please change this as all scan. So click any file, anyone, any, just one file, click it, click open. So even again, the file type is not DCM, but if you can see 100, 200 or 300 of the files there, at least we can try it. Okay, so software read this scan file of the, we don't like the company name show up. Okay, so yeah, please remember that, and then gotta be okay. Okay, so I just show you two things about the CBCT. Please remember that, and it will be helpful if you have Implant Studio, or if you will have Implant Studio. Let me just bring this down. Okay, let's go over Jack's case. So I already import in my CBCT. Unfortunately, I don't have number 18 and 19, so I need to make the surgical guide myself. Not really myself, talking to my doctor, and then I hope I can have the implant soon. Okay, if you want to try it, please call me. Let's make a surgical guide together. Please put the two implant in here, doctors. Okay, so after import scan file, CT file, next step, we can set again the virtual crown setting here. The designing tool is pretty much super same as a dental system from the 3DBioCAD, but it's a little bit like a light version of the design. And then also when we do using a designing tool, is not really fast as a dental system. So maybe 1 or 2 or 3 crowns okay, but if you have like a long span bridge case or sometimes full arch design, I just would recommend to using your dental system first to do the digital wax up, and then use that scan file and then design file as a pre-preparation in the Implant Studio. That will be super helpful to saving your time. So just again, big bridge or long bridge, don't try to do the design in here. I love this software, but this is not crown and bridge design software. This is for implant surgical guide software. So if you need nice digital wax up, please do your design software first. Dental system or other companies' system is okay. Just if you design with other companies' design software, please export out whole thing with STL file, and then you can put it in here. Okay, cool. So design, I just did a little bit, but just let me show really quickly. The all-way dental system, we have a transformation tool, bring up and down. With the yellow one, we can just wider, medially, distally, we can rotate with red dot, red color, always rotate, green color, always size bigger, yellow one, always change the angle like that. So if you already have a dental system, let me just show you only one thing different that Implant Studio's designing tool is when you're using this yellow one in the dental system, we can just make open wider on the occluder side only. But in Implant Studio, we have like this way tool too. So on the gingival cervical side, we can just make it smaller and wider too. Okay. And then other tools, morphing tool, we already know this tool. So like if you want to modify tiny bit, we can always grab cusp tip up or down, or margin reach go up and down. But for surgical guide design, of course we want to have a nice design, but it doesn't really has to be super nice as an actual crown design. So don't spend too much time on the design of the crown. Okay. Okay. So designing part. Again, if you have any question, please let me know. And then if you type it in, please let me know like that. Okay. And then also, of course, we have a mirror copy here. And then cut the bite, cut the contact tools here too. Even we have virtual articulator here too. So if you want to make nicer, please use that all the tool. Always left side, 3Shape design software, always left side, something tool which can work with your crown or bridge or implant, whatever, designing tool. Always be left side, and the right side, everything always with view button. Something upper on, off, crown on, off. So all the tool, again, right side is work with a different view. So even I click every tool here, your crown never be changed at all. Okay. Dental system same. Not auto system, but dental system is same too. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me go next. Yeah, George, is it possible to use a shortcut key in this process? Yes, in the crown design, virtual crown design, the shortcut key, as we know in the 3Shape design software, always A is antagonist. I'm clicking A. The S is a prep model or working model. And when you're using some morphing tool, like a shift or control button, can be worked too. I'm just using control. Can you say that small arrow here? If you push and hold control, always your morphing tool set with this direction. Without control button, of course we can just grab this and then carefully move, but if you make mistake, always happen like oops, like that. Please click undo. Or if you're really boring today, do the dance like that. I like this. Okay. Let's go to the next step. So next step, on top of here, cropping, panoramic curve, scan alignment, and then nerve definition is we call that preparation work before we get into the planning. So first cropping, let me go a little bit more faster. Cropping, if you see the bottom here, memory required is 400 megabytes. If I crop this down, I can save memory required, and then software speed, it can be more faster, and then lagging gonna goes down. So if you don't really need to see the upper because we're doing lower, just crop down and then crop out unnecessary area. It will helpful. Okay, just we need to do this. So in Implant Studio, every step you're gonna have just one or two tool maximum. So we can just follow the software's workflow. So that's why I can say this is really user-friendly and easy to use. Anybody can learn very easily. So next step, the panoramic curve. Software, newer version of the software, Implant Studio 2017 version, detect panoramic curve automatically, but sometimes if CT quality bad, this line can go off like that, and then we cannot see my lower anterior. So I can do undo, or here automatically calculated the panoramic curve. If this is not working well, we can do move up and down this horizontal view. I'm sorry, panoramic viewer, like an axial view. We can change this angle to like this. This is really important because if it goes down angle too much like that, if you see the CTV, oh, and then also I crop too much, right? Let me just go back. Bring up, go back. So anytime we can go back and forth. So this is not really good angle. So to me, just match with the CJ line like that, and then we can see this plane is really clearly close to a patient's like occlusion plane, and then we can see the tooth root and then the lid of the bone too. So when you move this dot, just try to match this green line go over to the root canal, and then you can just find and detect the center of the tooth. Okay, cool. And then alignment, software already done, but let me go to initial alignment. So same thing I did, number 1 dot, 2 and 3, number 1 and 2 and 3. But can you see the difference before the first one which I show you? It's all green area here. So buccal side, facial side green, even occlusal green, lingual side we have green too. So for that, if you're a doctor, or if even you're not a doctor, just ask your doctor. When we take a CVCT for surgical guide, a digital surgical guide, please make sure patient bite open and take a CVCT, and then we can have a better result of the alignment. Because if the upper teeth cover the lower teeth, when you do the alignment, we cannot really see the align well or not on buccal side. And then also, if you see the right side of the molar here, we have some scatter here. So if a patient has some gold crown or PFM crown, any metal there, we're gonna have some scatter, but don't be afraid. Even I have scatter here, I just put the first dot here, and then we can see the aligned well. Okay. Okay, let me just do the click confirm. So next step, the nerve definition. Let me just delete that out. So in nerve definition, we have only one tool to draw the nerve. We have red marker here. So to me, just grab this focusing, move around. We already know where the metaforamen is. So go around here. Please watching the orthogonal view, the light blue one. We can see open the hole like this. Stop here. Click one time, click second time, and we can see on tangential view, we have starting point here. So now, for drawing, finishing the draw the nerve definition, use your one finger only. Put on this control button, push and hold, scroll up and down. We can see the viewer got moving, and we can see more clearly, we can see the nerve. So first drawing, of course we can just go over like that, but if you see little bit over here under the first premolar, always when you start with the metaforamen, the nerve is go front like a medial side little bit and go back to the distal. So click one time, second, rotate it with control, go up. Okay, easy, done. So if you have more images, we can go over more here. Okay. So planning. So planning part, actually, we should, if you're a dental lab technician, you should finish with your doctor. No matter what, discuss with your doctor, get approval, get confirmation, and finish your guide, okay? If not, it's gonna be having big problems. So to me, I can put the implant here virtually. Let me just exit out, delete that out. Just click plus, and then choosing your implant. Under the implant studio, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe around 70 or 80 implant companies libraries already in here, and it keep coming in. So DGShape always welcome to join all other kind of implant companies library here. So just ask your doctor which implant doctor prefer to put it in. So to me, I love all kind of implant company, but in this location in Seattle, Washington area, my doctor who sent me the surgical guide, doctor using Noble Biocare, Straumann, Hyoscine, Dentium, and a lot more companies like Zimmer, 3i, but mostly I need to choose one. I'm not really marketing the implant, but let me just using this. Okay, so choose the implant brand and kit, and then choose the first size of the implant. Just click one time. Software put the implant automatically under the virtual crown. So after that, we already know the green is always rotation. another rotation here. So for planning, we should have two different rotation button here. So when I get the top one, the apical side implant bottom stay there, implant top's gonna move me like that. If I get the bottom one, the implant crestal bone around the implant top area stop there, and then the bottom is moving like this. And the green, again, always size. So for implant planning, implant studio, if we grab the green dot, implant size can be changed. Implant length, actually implant length only. If we want to change the implant width too, we have to go back to the library. We can choose another one, but position is stay there. Okay. I hope this is not too hard to you. So get a positioning. After that, maybe your doctor can ask you, or if you are a doctor again, you want to measure the distance. So we have a measurement here, distance from implant top to the gingival line. So most of the doctors prefer, if it's anterior, at least we want to have like a little over 3 millimeters of the depth from the implant top to the CJ line to make an emergent profile. So we can measure that. And if we're doing some anterior case, let me just prepare to open. For example, this is a good example. So when you put the implant, of course we won't have the screw channel come out on the lingual side, but every case cannot be like that because all the patient has a different bone condition. So if the screw hole will come out on the facial side, recently a lot of implant company has the solution like an angled screw channel. So for that, actually one more thing, angled screw channel or the angled multi-unit abutment too. So for that, at least we want to know how big difference the angle is different from the implant screw channel originally and with angle screw channel. So we have angle measurement here too. Under the measurement, click it. Okay, we have just one dot here. Follow me, start. Normally I use like this, start with on implant, one time click, drag it down, just follow this blue line, second click, and then go on the right and normal formal IVR position on the lingual side, third click here, and go back to the first one. Okay, click it. So I can see 28. So 25 or 28, 20, we can see the angle difference. So we can see that before we do the surgery, how big angle, how big degree can be angled. Has to be angled, I'm sorry. Or if you need to choose the multi-unit abutment, you can just choose which one you can just buy. It's like a 17 or 30 or 25, whatever. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, let me just go back. And then you guys can see, I just opened multiple case, right, within one PC. This meaning is the same as the dental system. You can open first, second, third, fourth, all the cases, you can just open it. So to me, I just finish myself several cases and then I just call my doctor and then do the team viewer to finalize and finishing my planning and the surgical guide design. Okay, so that is possible. We don't have to turn on and off, on and off. Okay, so for the guide, after planning is done, just when you get into the surgical guide design, is a little bit complicated. It's not really, right? We just finished the planning, let me say that. And then just next step is guided design. Software, Implant Studio detect the insertion direction automatically, but if you check the dark color area, if you don't like this direction, change anytime with the from view button. Okay. And let me just delete that out. The guide design is like just draw the line, that's it, just draw the line. You can click it or drawing, both way fine, just click it, click, click, click. First one, and anytime we can modify it. Okay. and preview, please. And then at this time, we can see all the manufacturer names here, manufacturer. So the 3Shape Implant Studio, and then so many printer companies already join here. So they already tested, and then they already figured it out what parameter or offset number is can make like a really nice fit on the patient's mouse. So if the scan file is good enough, actually we don't really need to have the model to check their fit. Okay, so to me, I'm using the Stratasys printer with the Offset 30 Autodesk machine with MED 610 material. So I just click this, and then one time click preview, software creating the guide automatically. So probably you guys can have some sleeve. Okay, so which sleeve you have to use it, and then where you can have the sleeve, where you can order the sleeve. The sleeve is always, we have a list of sleeve here. So if the implant company library already include authentic sleeve, you can just use that. But if not, you can choose all different all the third parties company sleeve. And then one more thing is, please talk with your doctor. Doctor prefer to have a fully guided surgical guide or just pilot guide. So if doctor wants to have a fully guided one, just choose the fully guided. If it's a pilot, click pilot. And then if doctor has a universal drill kit, just go on the universal, and then just find the right size here. Sleeve, little bit confusing for the really first time, but once you have your extra software and then try to make it and then discuss with your doctor one time, you will understand well. Okay, and then the fully guided sleeve height always set by implant company's library. So for example, this implant already set the sleeve height as a 9mm from the implant top to the sleeve top. So we can change it. Some other companies we cannot change it. So please check that too. So the reason why sometimes we have to change the sleeve height is, let me say implant is so deep, patient has a thick gum tissue, the sleeve's bottom can just push gum tissue too much. So if you have that issue, just use that tool, bring up. But we should let doctor know, okay? Because all the drill kit is already preset for the drill depth. So we have to make sure if we change the drill height, like a sleeve height, we should let doctor know. But the Implant Studio software, after planning all done and then guide all done, will generate the drill protocol document and then surgical report document. So doctor can check it, and then doctor can choose the right drill length. Okay, I think I spent too much time for this guide only. So for that, turn on. We have just 2 minutes left for surgical guide making. Draw the guide, check it, cover enough, check the preview. If you like it, go next step, bar and window. So this is a red, yeah, it's a wine color, is a white one, is a window. I'm just using the viewing window option, and then the green one is a support bar. So let me just show you what I did here. Preview. So I just make a window here, window here, window here, window here. So these two windows for making sure when in the chair side, the doctor can check the all the way down good or not. And then these two, of course, is the same work. But to me, if it's sleeve height a little high, we can just use this viewing window tool like this. This is too much, like this. And then we can make more room for the doctor's motor playing there. So when doctor do the fully guided surgery, doctor have to put the key or spoon there, and then sometimes if the inside is too deep, doctor need to want to moving the key, rotate this way or that way. So for better play or better surgery in the patient's mouse, I just normally make a little wide playground here for the doctor. Okay, and then ID tag 3DBioCAD. Actually, this is a case with a Dr. Hassan Dubok in Seattle. Thank you, Dr. Dubok. So we can put the name on here and like engraving the name. This is the last step to making a surgical guide. It feels like a little bit fast, but we cannot spend too much time for this. So for guide planning, like implant planning, surgical guide design, the Implant Studio, everything just like a step by step. And then we just need one finger additionally, just need your mouse, that's it. Okay. Okay, so the important thing part actually this after surgical guide. Okay, we know we good. Okay, guide, I have a printer, I can print on myself. I can put the sleeve in and then I'm little bit glue or resin put it in. No problem to make surgical guide. So how we can make the immediate temporary crown with the surgical guide together? My answer is like that. For Implant Studio and dental system is come from the 3Shape we already know. So it's the same company software. So once we done implant planning and then designing a surgical guide, this scan file plus this implant position is gonna be one. That meaning is that virtual implant planning, the position gonna include this scan file, and then this software will generate out when you do the surgical guide this the upper jaw scan with implant info is just same scan file, but we cannot see anything different. We cannot see anything, but this scan file include the implant position which we done. So this is a really big point. So with this file, please go over dental system. Let me just create one work order here. Okay, so we want let me say 3D Bio. It was tooth number 11 and this FDI number system 23. Just click it. Now we have to think, or we have to discuss with our doctor which way doctor want to go. So the first, just doctor want to have access retainer or flipper, like just without any like a titanium concerning there. And then second thing is like using a titanium base or using a temporary cylinder. So to me, the old-fashioned flipper or SS retainer, just what I need to do is I don't need to click abutment, something like that at all. Just click just tooth number and then go over here under the anatomy. I'm just using really often with like a temporary on prepared model, which can do design one Pontic only, or tabletop will work fine too. But don't click just Pontic, okay? It's not gonna work. So temporary Pontic can be worked too. Temporary on prepared model can be worked. Tabletop can be worked. All of them can be worked, but the design step, temporary on prepared model is gonna be the most shortest one, because tabletop we have to draw the margin. Temporary Pontic we have to draw the section in line, so I don't want to spending time for that. So just click the temporary on prepare the model, using it, design one Pontic with a little all-bay Pontic base, and it will work fine. Okay. But today I want to show you to make like a screw chain immediate temporary crown. First thing, the most important thing is if you want to use the virtual implant plan, the scan file to design the screw chain crown or prepare the screw chain crown, please, even if the older scan file, don't change this, the scan type, object type. Okay, just leave as a model. Okay, just leave as a model. I can explain with next step. leave it as a model, and then I want to click abutment and screw retain crown, right? So we already know about the titanium base. So normally we, when you have the scan model or the patient scan file with the scan body, we just merge each other. After that, software have the implant fixture position, analog position, and then we design on top of there. But for this, we don't have any scan body images, right? But again, Implant Studio already put the implant position under the scan file. That meaning is like this, exactly same as after we aligned scan body images. So which meaning is, let me say, if you have a DGShape, let me say E3 or D2000, if you have scanner, you have a model, you have a scan body, scan it, always we do aligning, right? Like a merging. After that, when you get into the design, your scan file already have the implant position. So this Implant Studio file is the same as like that. So there's no scan body need to do it. So just don't forget, after Implant Studio work, Implant Studio always make one big folder. In here, we have a drill protocol, we have a surgical report, drill protocol like this, drilling depth, we can say it. Surgical report, we can see some screenshots, implant information, and then we can see the bone density around the implant too. So after that, this two things, surgical guide file plus implant position information file. This is what we have to have. Okay. Again, let me go back to here. So just upper tooth number, click as a screw retain crown if you want to use titanium base. So exactly same option here. I have one case open here. So I set as a just screw retain number 11 crown with a titanium base, and then set as a model, and then I get into the design, and this is like that. So the funny thing is, let me just switch off the scan. We already have implant position is here. This is same as Implant Studio's planning. So titanium base automatically generated, and then funny thing is we never scan the scan body, but we have scan body here. So don't believe this. This is just like virtual things. So this implant position is come from the Implant Studio. So my point is, designing screw retain crown to you is not a big deal, but if you don't have any experience with like a abutment crown design or screw retain crown design, please just practice it or test it, or you can check it in the YouTube or 3Shape website. You can check that out. So design screw retain crown, go, and then to remember that this has a bad screw channel. I see. Yeah, next time let us prepare the better the display quality. I'm so sorry about the screen quality. So at the end, if you want, if you set the titanium base kit as the angled screw channel one, we can just use the angled screw channel here too. Okay, and then design it, and we can just mill with the PMMA. We know that part. So your question can be like this, Jack, I know that, why you just keep telling me? So my point is like this. Our surgical guide, and then screw retain crown, single case with hex titanium base. So doctor is not robot, cannot be exactly same the drilling and then positioning of the implants exactly same as our screw retain crown, especially rotation. Depth may be okay, but the rotation, we cannot make exactly same as a doctor's drilling and then surgery, and then our screw retain crown cannot be exactly the same position in the patient's mouth. So my point is, just do like that, designing, and after mill, just cut out or grind it out the anti-rotation marker or anti-rotation notch on the titanium base, and then make your crown all around rotating on the titanium base. So after surgery, doctor put the titanium base on in the patient's mouth, and then put the crown in, and then like if need a little bit relining, or just put in the cementing and then cement in the patient's mouth a little bit. So this way, of course, cannot be 100% correct, 100% just like a teaser, or 100% just like a non-touch anything way. Is not like that, but at least doctor can save a lot of time in the chair side to making, like put the resin in and make a drill doctor self, as we can save time, doctor can save time. So most the common way, we just create the shell first. After doctor surgery, put the temporary cylinder in the patient's mouth, and the relining, and using some floor of resin to put it in the emergence shape, and then doctor have to grind doctor self. But if we do design before the surgery and then prepare this screw retain crown, so doctor can save time a lot. So that's my point. And then of course, when we design the screw retain PMMA immediate temporary crown preparing, we can make better emergent profile. And then, do you know that part? When you do the screw retain crown at the bottom here, please click sculpt protect to the surface, and then smooth it out, no problem. So we can prepare guide and screw retain crown before the surgery. Is a one single case. So actually I have another case, actually the doctor just did the last week. It's like a bridge case here. So 4 units, 7, 8, 9, 10 is really tight here. So doctor used like a 3.0 and then 3.5 narrow platform implant, like a Noble BioCAD one. And then to me, what I've done is, after planning done, surgical guide creating, fabricating, printing at the same time, I just move into my design software. Okay, I already told you we have two options to using the tie base. And the next option is like this. It's a little bit funny. So this way we done. Doctor want to use a temporary cylinder, okay, not titanium base. So at the time I have that temporary cylinder. So what I've done is, in the work order form, I just set like this. Abutment and bridge on top of there, abutment and crowns there. So this abutment design, not really like a custom abutment design. What I've done is, okay, just a few seconds please. Time's fly, right? So if you see the design, super simple design on here, and crown on here. So like this, I have temporary cylinder on my hand, and then when I design it, measure the temporary cylinder's bottom. Okay, probably I have some here. So there's a tons of different the temporary cylinder here. No matter the implant company, no matter the shape, no matter the width. So just measure the bottom, measure the body. Okay, measure the bottom and then measure the like cylinder body. So I designed just like that. Measure and design the bottom of the implant, the abutment's width, and the abutment's body, and then I do the design of the temporary crown. I don't want to go too long, too short, so I can find the right length of the abutment. Temporary cylinder we know already really tall, so anyway we have to cut. But when I do the design, I just bring down, and I can see, okay, this much is okay, but maybe facial side too close, it can be show up the titanium color, so I can cut it out, or I can bring down a little bit more. As we know, titanium base of course works fine, but titanium base we know already is like a 4 or 5 millimeter length. So with this one we can go a little more taller, longer, and then temp cylinder has the as you know, the anti-rotation notches there. So to me, again, I just measured the temp abutment's size and then just design just myself here. Okay, and design, just finishing it as a looks like normal crown bridge plus with the custom abutment. But again, don't forget to measure it, make it right size, but make a little bigger abutment than your temporary cylinder, because if it's too tight fit well, doctor have to grind out inside a little bit to put some cement or put some resin for relining. So I just make like around 1 or 1.5 millimeter bigger size than the temporary cylinder. And when design is done, it was look like this. Okay. Okay. And yeah, actually same case. The first one was a titanium base, second one, this one, what I'm doing now. PMMA part and then titanium part. Okay. So mill the titanium, mill the PMMA, mill the PMMA. At the same time, I just measure my design from the margin to top. I know 5.3. So I grab my temporary cylinder, measure it, grind it. So I grind it, right? Doctor not grinding. So I grind the temporary, I'm designing and mill the temporary bridge, and then I cut the temporary cylinder already. So I deliver to doctor do the surgery, just follow well the surgical drill guidance, and maybe the depth can be a little bit different. Because always doctor want to check at the end of the surgery is the depth is good or not, maybe a little deeper or not, final top more or not. We don't know before the doctor see the patient's bone. So at least the angle of the implant and then position of the implant we already know, and then the implant gonna goes same as our surgical guide. So that's why we can just using this, right? So after cut the cylinder, doctor put the surgery all done, put the titanium first, and then try to put it in the bridge. Or if angle is so different, doctor need to put the titanium cylinder in the bridge first and then try in the patient's mouth. Both ways should be fine. So PMMA, titanium, I cut it titanium, delivered to doctor in our location in probably he's in Isaka, Dr. Tariwar. Please thanks very much again to share this photo. Let me just show you the photo. So same case, the guide, put it in, doctor does the surgery goes really well, and let me just show you. Okay, the first thing, surgery. After x-ray check, panorama check, and then temporary on right away. This is just right after doctor do the relining and then just finishing the surgery and deliver the immediate temporary crown bridge. And then the last one, just this is just before the surgery, and a second right after surgery, and then a week later check. So, and also doctor used some, I forgot the name of that skill, but the take that patient's blood out and then do something and then spread there to make it better and then faster healing. So before, right after, week after. So we can see that. So this way, maybe to you is not really like it's something new, but at least if we know how to use the implant studio well and how to use the dental system well, we can just go like this way, and then just it's good for everyone. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so any questions so far? If you have, please let me know. I can just go over. I have tons of time today. It's a Friday, so I hope you guys not busy right now. So actually, is it possible we can go a little more, or okay? Yeah, please. Watching. Okay. So the so far is okay. The concept is not so hard, right? So just please make sure when you try yourself, don't forget grab the implant studio file, the scan file, which is like a implant position information scan file. So we want to use that. So for that, we have to use make a new order and then import in the scan file. If you don't know the import in the scan file, just make an order. Just in case, right click, import scan. Always 3Shape is really kind. It will tell you, please open, meaning is import upper. After that, in 2 seconds, it will say, please import lower scan. Okay. And then again, super important, just for your smooth workflow, please don't forget to leave the scan object type as a model, even this scan order scan file. Okay, because the order scan always need to have something like a scan, something file name is a raw preparation, raw antagonist scan. But right after we do the like implant surgical guide file, it's not really raw file, right? This is not raw. This is like a something prepared, something how can I say, something prepared and then having some more information there. So that is not raw file anymore. We want to use that information. So if you set as like a digital impression, it will gonna tell you to do the scan body aligning. Not make sense, right? Because we already have implant position. Okay. And this, if again same case, but just let me just show you this and then let's finish this case. If we go with like a titanium base option, of course we want to have a non-engaging tie base, or I'm not sure I can say or not, at least we can cut out the bottom of the hex area, right? Engaging area. So super be careful when you cut this out, because some implants okay to trim that out. So from engaging one to make a non-engaging one, but some implant, if you cut out it, sometimes you can cut out the screw channel had a stop position, so your screw just goes down, they can go through your titanium base. So please be careful of that. Okay, so if you can have it the non-engaging one, of course for the bridge case, get a non-engaging tie base. Okay, and then probably many people already recognize it. This is I saw that before. Maybe I have this in my office. Yeah, this is a novel one. So if you want to do like a novel BioCAD one, cut out this wing for immediate temporary crown to give your doctor. So for rotation, doctor put the tie base on first, and then put the crown in, and then match the position, and then doctor gonna cement in. Okay. Okay. Yeah, David. Actually, we're gonna record it, and then we're gonna put on the YouTube, and we're gonna put on Facebook too. So yeah, for implant things, as you know, so many things there, so many discussed there. So actually, for 1 hour is not really enough to me and enough to you too. Actually, I'm not really don't know about your guys' level of the this implant studios softwares and known level. So of course, if you guys purchase implant studio software from us or some other dealer, of course we're gonna go through all the A to Z the how to use that software. But to me, I'm just trying to do like a live demo or post something on YouTube or our Facebook to something like a little more tricky things or a little more complicated cases. So yep, So easy work, easy things, like just workflow, easy to us. But if we want to use that and then to make it create something new, it's gonna be a different story. So for example, actually that is possible too. The auto system from the dental, the 3DShape, and then Implant Studio, and then dental system, all three like a major 3DShape software can be used with one same patient. For example, I did before like that. The patient need to have ortho, just moving, and the patient also need to have the implant surgery too. So with that case, what I did was like do just like a virtual wax up, digital wax up for the first time, and then put it in the Implant Studio, get the position of the implant. After that, take the implant position file out, or just like that file out, and put it in the auto system to the auto moving too. So that is so hard case before, but I was just working with some university, but they want to do the doctors all working together, like orthodontist and periodontist and then prosthontist too. So please remember, the 3DShape software design file, scan file can be shared, which meaning is after you do the Implant Studio work, scan file out, put it in the dental system to do the making the immediate temporary crown, or let me say if you do the digital wax within the dental system, move into auto system to moving something like that. So the best our profit is, who's using a 3DShape is if you have more software from the 3DShape, we can have more potential and we can have more chance to create something new. Okay, so far actually I just go through everything. If we have like a 20 or 30 minutes more, I can go through the edentulous too, but I think I have to let you guys go to enjoy your Friday, or in Asia enjoy your Friday night. Still, you guys maybe go out there to drinking something, I hope. So yeah, thank you very much today. And then if you guys have any recommendation for next live, maybe I have some list of that. Like the first thing is the recently a lot of doctors want to go with aesthetic or smile DSD. So as we know in dental system, we have some importing the patient's photo, 2D photo and 3D scan file merge each other. We can do some smile design, or the 3DShape's smile design, new smile design is coming too. So we can go over that. Or what's more, recently digital denture, a lot of doctors, a lot of lab guys want to see what we can do, how we can do, where we are. So we can discuss about that too. So many things are going on there. So any request, any recommendation, always welcome. Just tell us, and then we're seeing what you guys want to see, and we're gonna prepare for next video. So thank you very much today. We have to do something more, Lila, today? Okay, we're good. So yeah, and then any question you have, you can just leave a message to our Facebook page or email to us. We're gonna reply to you. Okay, thank you very much today. Happy Friday, good night, or good morning, or good afternoon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.